And this announcement has been absolutely heartbreaking for the workers and their families and the wider communities in Port Talbot. And Minister, the impact of the devastating announcement is going to be felt far beyond Port Talbot as well, because this is a very concerning time for the future of the steel industry in Wales, including Llanwern Steelworks in Newport. And steel has been so important to Newport's economy, and we do have a long, proud history of the steel industry in Newport. And it's already been highlighted today that further 300 roles could be impacted there in the next 2 to 3 years. And whilst Llanwern is in my colleague John Griffiths' constituency, workers, families and businesses across Newport and the wider community are worried about the impact of future job losses would have on our local community. I'd like to put on record my thanks to you and the First Minister for the work that you've been doing on this consistently. Under Tata's plans that were announced last week, Llanwern would no longer be fed by steel from Port Talbot. Instead, steel would be produced in blast furnaces abroad and imported on diesel ships, making a real mockery of the argument that this decision is driven by a push towards net zero. Can I ask the Minister to reassure people in Newport that the Welsh Government will continue to work closely with workers and trade unions at Llanwern in the coming months, and again re-emphasise Welsh Government's strong commitment to do all you can to find a credible way forward?
And I'm really pleased you've made the point around net zero. The 300 job losses that are being discussed and described for Llanwern in 2 to 3 years' time are a real issue for us now. And as I said earlier, I know there are a significant number of steelworkers from Llanwern who are in Caerphilly and in Torfaen, as well as in Newport. The journey to net zero will require us to use steel. We will have to make that steel, create that steel and use it to generate cleaner and greener power, which is also a big economic opportunity for us. The risk, of course, is you could have floating offshore platforms made in Holland and floated to be deployed off our coast. Great news for workers in the Netherlands, terrible news for workers here, where the steel need not be produced in Wales, where the manufacture need not be produced in Wales. There is value, of course, in the maintenance and operational support that can only really be delivered close by, but the much greater value is further up in the chain. And that is what we are looking for. It underpins the Freeport bid that has been delivered. So actually, to get to that future, we need steel. The challenge is, will it be steel that is made here, or will it be steel that is made and generated in another part of the world with all the economic value that goes into that? That's why I say there isn't just a credible alternative, it's one that really should be afforded because of the much wider value it will give, not just to steel-making communities, but to all of us in the future we really could have.